Hey guys, welcome to Skillz. My name is Jager, and welcome to the Conquest of Terror team build, or as Global now likes to call it, the Terrifying Conquerors. I think I'm just gonna call it TC for short, aka the Transforming Cooler team build. Cool? Anyway, because there's so many cards in this particular team build, I'm gonna do my best to focus on the most important ones and their link sets in relation to the TC category. So, before we get started, if you've been enjoying my content thus far, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. If you're new here and you want to see more team build videos from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here's the new Transforming Cooler card. He is both the leader of the Terrifying Conquerors and Transformation Boost. Leader stat is the same for both, Ki plus 3, HP plus 130, attack and defense plus 170%. The passives on this one is attack and defense plus 100%, and then his other two passives are support. If it's one enemy, all allies from the Transformation Boost category is going to get Ki plus 2, attack and defense plus 30%. But if there's multiple enemies, then all allies from the CT category is going to get Ki plus 2, attack and defense plus 50%. So you want to keep that in mind whenever you're building your team. If you're going into a battle that's more about the single fights, then do more of a Transformation Boost team. If you're going into a fight that involves multiple enemies, like World Tournament or Super Battle Road, then consider more CT category cards. Either way, Cooler is going to do his best to reduce the attack and defense of any target by 20% for 3 turns. What's great about this Cooler card is that not only is it a transforming card, but it's an active skill, so you choose how it transforms, just as long as you fill the minimum requirements. Either you have to be up against an enemy that is either Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan, and then you can activate his transformation on turn 3. If that enemy type is not on the field, then the requirement is that you need to have at least one enemy on the field, and then you can transform on turn 6. Either way, once you decide to transform, he will no longer be a support card. Now, he becomes a beast. His passive boosts are now Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 180%. And like most Final Form Cooler cards, he's going to get an additional attack, and this one has a 25% chance for it to be a super attack. But also like his active skill, he benefits better whenever he's up against a Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan. If you are, all of his attacks are going to be critical attacks. So watch out, Saiyans, this guy's a killer. His super attack changed as well. Instead of reducing the target's attack, he's going to increase his own, and that's going to be 30% for infinity turns. He's still going to reduce the defense amount, but now instead of 20%, it's going to be 50% for 3 turns. And if you've been looking at his link skills, yes, he is a very offensive card. He's got 5 link skills that increase his attack damage: Fierce Battle, Thirst for Conquest, Universe Most Malevolent, Brutal Beatdown, and Big Bad Bosses. Other than Brutal Beatdown, you will most likely be able to activate all of his attack boosts if you're linking with himself or a Frieza card. But before we get into who is his best link partners, let's go ahead and take a look at all the cards that are available for the Transforming Cooler team. And here you can see just a broad view of some of the best cards that are on this team. And once again, I put a 50% opacity to the cards of the second leader stat, which in this case is Transformation Boost. Out of the ECA Supreme Damage and higher cards that you can see that there's a lot of androids, artificial life forms, Pure Saiyans, and movie bosses. Now obviously there's a lot of cards to choose from, so there's a lot of different link sets that you can put into your team build, but I want to be clear, I'm mostly focusing on the Terrifying Conqueror cards, also focusing on the Transformation Boost cards that are part of the TC category. And now, if you just give me a few seconds, I will go through the entire list and I'll show you which cards are from both Transformation Boost and the TC category. So as you saw, most of the cards are Cooler cards, Frieza cards, and Baby cards. So keep that in mind whenever you're building your team and you want to have a mix of both Transformation Boost and CT for Cooler's support boost. And now that I've narrowed down some of the most important cards on this list, let's go ahead and take a look at them and see what their best link partners are. So let's go ahead and first start off with Cooler. The Tech Cooler card is actually going to link all 7 link skills with Transforming Cooler, while the Physical Lead Cooler card is going to link 6. Basically, Physical Lead Cooler is missing Brutal Beatdown like I mentioned before, but keep in mind the Tech Cooler card is a Supreme Damage, and the Physical Cooler card is Immense Damage. And Physical Cooler cards' passive boosts are much better than the Tech one. Just like Physical Cooler, Transforming Frieza also has 6 link skills minus Brutal Beatdown. And those 6 links are going to stay active until Frieza's final form. And that's where the Namek Lead and the Dope Poke Frieza card comes in, as they both share the exact same 5 link skills. And as far as Cooler's best support card, Movie Boss Turles, even though shares 4 link skills, it's 4 of his attack boost link skills. Add that Movie Boss Turles' immense damage card and has the support boost of attack plus 40%, that's a really good support card for Cooler. And as you can see, for the rest of these best cards, the link partners start repeating themselves. Other than Baby, Metal Cooler, Golden Frieza, and Turles himself, most of the cards that are linking with Transforming Cooler is going to be your team build. So I think with all of that narrowing down, the best synergized team that you want to make for Transforming Cooler that has both Transformation Boost and the CT category is this. With Transforming Cooler linking with both his physical card and Transforming Frieza, that is the largest damage output that you're going to have for this team. Granted, Tech Golden Frieza and LR Baby are not going to be the best linked to Transforming Cooler, but I put Tech Golden Frieza in there not only for its defensive capabilities, but also to link with Transforming Frieza whenever Transforming Frieza goes into his final form. LR Baby, on the other hand, was basically all that was really left. Because of same names, all of the good cards were already taken, so basically whatever left that was both part of the CT team and Transformation Boost just happened to be LR Baby. But that's not to say that LR Baby is a bad choice. He does have some passive boosts where it benefits him if the enemy is Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans, just like Cooler. He is going to get an additional Ki plus 3 and attack plus 50% per category, and if you so happen to be below 40% HP, he has a 50% chance to transform into his giant ape to do some extra damage for a turn or two. And that's going to help LR Full Power Frieza as well. The more your health goes down, the more Frieza's attack power goes up. But let's go ahead and forget about the TC category for just a second. What if you just wanted to make a Transformation Boost team? Well, like I said, there's a lot of options and a lot of link sets to choose from. But in my opinion, I feel that the best link sets for Transformation Boost is this. Basically what I've done here is that you have 2 types of link sets, an offensive one and a defensive one. The Cell set is going to be your defensive type. LR Cell Saga has a really good defensive capability depending on how much health you have, but if there's multiple enemies on the field, these 2 cards don't really need Transforming Cooler's multiple enemy support boost. Depending on how many enemies are on the field, these 2 cards are going to get an additional Ki and additional attack per enemy. LR Cell Jr. also has the ability to attack all enemies and recover 10% HP if needed, and if things get a little too bad, LR Cell Saga does have the ability to transform and fully recover your HP, and then LR Cell Saga is going to be an even stronger card. Now the Broly cards, on the other hand, is a little simpler. Just attack. Do as much damage as you can, and just attack. Movie Boss Broly is going to take some turns to do Supreme Attack All damage until the 4th turn whenever he transforms, and he'll start doing immense damage with attack plus 188% and additional attacks with a 50% chance that additional attack will be a super attack. LR Tech Broly, on the other hand, will probably be the card that you'll need to help the most. Not only does this card don't have any passive key boosts, he also doesn't have very strong link skill key boosts. So try to do your best to preserve your key spheres to link as much as possible for Tech Broly. That way he can get his ultra super attack off and have an additional 140% attack and 90% defense, and then whenever he gets to transform, those passive boosts just get even stronger. Also with the additional ability to do an additional attack, and that additional attack has a 25% chance to be a super attack if you have one enemy on the team. If you have more than one enemy, no matter what, LR Tech Broly is going to get an additional super attack whether he's in his base form or is his transform state. And then as far as the final slot is concerned, I just put LR Full Power Frieza on there because that is the card that's going to link best between the two link sets. For either Cell Jr. or Cell Saga, they're going to share Fierce Battle, Big Bad Bosses, and Legendary Power. While for the Broly Link set, you could have LR Tech Broly link with Full Power Frieza, but that's going to be Fierce Battle and Legendary Power. Movie Boss Broly is going to link Fierce Battle and Prodigies with Frieza. But what about instead of Transformation Boost? What if you're going into Super Battle Road and you want to do the Movie Boss Super Battle Road? Well, let's go ahead and focus back on the CT category and try to make a team that will best link for a Movie Boss style team. So for the first link set, I would choose Transforming Cooler, either linked with Physical Lead Cooler, Transforming Frieza, or even Movie Boss Turles. And of course your second link set can be one of the other combinations, or if you want, you can have LR Metal Cooler with either Support Cooler or Wicked Bloodline Lead Cooler. Now the last time I talked about this link set, I was very upset that Wicked Bloodline Lead Cooler was the better option because it was immense damage modifier, but it didn't have all the key boosts that Support Cooler had. But now that Support Cooler has got an EZA boost, now I can consider Support Cooler as the better option for LR Metal Cooler. Like before, Support Cooler and LR Metal Cooler are going to share 5 links, which is Key plus 6, Attack plus 10%, Recovery plus 3%. And on top of his original ally boost of attack plus 30%, he's going to get his own passive of attack and defense plus 50%, and then also give all extreme allies Key plus 3 and defense plus 40%. That's really going to maximize LR Metal Cooler's ability to do an ultra super attack, so he can give all extreme allies attack plus 30% for that turn, and not only boost his additional 2 attacks, but also Support Coolers and the third slot. And then in that third slot, obviously one of the Transforming Cooler cards will be a floater, and then the other 2 cards can once again either be Transforming Frieza, Physical Lead Cooler, or Movie Boss Turles. But maybe if you need a few more defensive cards, you can choose Movie Boss Support Frieza, which is going to link well with both Support Cooler and Transforming Cooler, plus give all Movie Boss allies Key plus 2 and Attack and Defense plus 30%, and you can also choose a Janemba card, either the Strength Lead Janemba, or in my opinion, the better Janemba card, the EZA Int Janemba. And the reason why I say better is because both Janemba cards are immense damage modifiers, but because Int Janemba is EZA'd, he gets a 630% max super attack multiplier, while Strength Lead Janemba only gets 505%. Also, Int Janemba has attack and defense plus 70% passive boost, while Strength Lead Janemba only has attack plus 80%. They're still at least both going to guard all attacks and have a chance to evade. But this is the only area where Strength Lead Janemba is a little bit better. Strength Lead Janemba has a 30% chance, EZA Int Janemba has a 25% chance. But no matter what, if EZA Int Janemba activates his guard, he's going to get an additional 40% attack for 4 turns, therefore the better card. The other important battle event that you might want to bring this team into is World Tournament, because not only do you have a lot of options that have attack all super attacks, you also have a lot of cards that have not just additional attacks, but possibly additional super attacks. You'll find a lot of those cards in the Broly cards and the Final Form Cooler cards, and I haven't mentioned him till now, but yes, even TC Thouser can be included into this team build, because if he's paired up with a Cooler card, he's going to get an additional 2 attacks, and both those attacks have a 15% chance to be a super attack. But remember, Transforming Cooler has a support boost for enemy fields that have more than one enemy, boosting the Terrifying Conqueror cards. So we're going to need to make another TC team, but this time focused on doing multiple attacks. And the first cards that should come to mind is EZA Frieza second form and the Namek Lead Frieza. Now remember, Namek Lead Frieza, it's a supreme attack all, so it's 430% super attack multiplier, and also has a 30% chance to seal all super attacks from the enemy. Namek Lead Frieza will be self-sufficient because there's multiple enemies on the team, giving himself Ki +5 and additional attack and defense plus 50%. And then for EZA Frieza second form, if you can get the enemy to have a defensive down before he attacks, he's going to get an additional 60% attack on top of his attack and defense plus 60% base boost, attack and defense 40% for having multiple enemies, and then whenever he does his super attack, it's going to be an EZA mass damage, so that's 430% attack all, with an additional super attack multiplier of 50% for one turn. If you get lucky, Namek Lead Frieza can link well with both Transforming Cooler and EZA Frieza second form. The biggest difference is, though, is that EZA Frieza second form is going to be attack plus 25 to 50%, while Transforming Cooler is going to be attack plus 45 to 70%. Add Transforming Cooler's support boost of Ki +2 and attack and defense plus an additional 50%. Hopefully that's just enough attack damage to do the max world tournament level and still be able to damage all of the enemies. And that's pretty much all of your CT attack all cards to choose from. So pretty much the last slots need to be attack all with a good chance of it being a super attack. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of options for that to happen, so in my opinion, my recommendation for the last 2 cards should maybe be Physical Lead Cooler and TC Lead Thouser. These are probably the best synergized cards for this particular team. Both of them have additional attacks, Cooler having 1, Thouser having 2, and Cooler's going to have a 10% chance for that one attack to be a super attack, while Thouser is going to have a 15% chance for both attacks. I think that's fair because Cooler is an immense damage card, and Thouser's just a supreme damage card. And Thouser, even though he doesn't link well with any of the cards here other than Fierce Battle, he's going to be okay because all of the cards, minus, of course, Chaozu and Jaco, are going to be from the CT category, so he's going to get an additional attack and defense plus 30% per card. That's 5 cards, so 180 attack and defense. But there you go. That's all the team builds that I really wanted to talk about, and I know it wasn't a lot, but I did want to focus on just the Terrifying Conqueror cards. But here you can see in my final team decks, I also put the old Leader of Transformation boost, Transforming Boo, into my final decks, just because I wasn't around whenever this card came out, so I never got to talk about him. But go ahead and take a look at this team that I built here, research it. If you like it, go ahead and use it. But I hope you get to enjoy your Transforming Cooler card and get to use these particular types of team builds for any of the events that you want to run, and I hope you have fun with it. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me, and if you'd like to see more videos from Link Skillz, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be aware of whenever the next video comes out. If you'd like to come talk to me, go ahead and hit those comments below, or head to Twitter and use my handle @LinkSkillz. Also, don't forget to check out the pinned comment below for additional link partners that you can choose for this particular team. If you'd like me to research another card, comment down below, and if enough people want me to research it, I will add it to the pinned comments, and I will notify you when that happens. Till then, I am your host Jager, signing off, and thanks for watching Link Skillz.